After the marches, after the movements, a new battlefield emerged. The streets, a place where dreams were born and died in the same breath. A place where survival was the only victory that mattered. But what if survival wasn't enough? What if the goal wasn't just to make it out, but to buy the block? From the heart of Crenshaw, a new kind of leader would rise. Not a politician, not a preacher, but a hustler with a vision. A man who saw the streets not as a dead end, but as a starting line. He was a rapper, an entrepreneur, a revolutionary. He was Nipsey Hussle. This is the story of the man who turned a hustle into a movement, a neighborhood into a nation. This is the story of a marathon, and the marathon continues.
We still rise after America, creators of sound and soul, hands that built the future up from home, from heart, from home.
Ermias Asghedom, the man the world would come to know as Nipsey Hussle, was born and raised in the crucible of South Central Los Angeles. This was a world of sharp contradictions, a place of vibrant culture and crushing poverty, of fierce loyalty and deadly rivalries. To survive, you had to learn the code of the streets, a set of unwritten rules that governed everything.
The streets teach you things you can't learn in a classroom. They teach you about leverage, about risk, about reputation. It's a different kind of education, but it's an education nonetheless. You learn to read people, to see the angles. You learn that your word is everything.
To understand Nipsey, you have to understand Crenshaw in that era. Gang affiliation wasn't always about being a criminal. For many young men, it was about identity, protection, and a sense of belonging in a society that offered very little of either. Nipsey was a product of that environment, but he was never defined by it. He was always looking for a way to transcend it, to use the lessons of the streets for a higher purpose.
Even as a child, Ermias had the mind of an entrepreneur. He wasn't just surviving, he was learning the fundamentals of business on the streets of Crenshaw. When he discovered hip-hop, he saw more than just music. He saw a blueprint for building something from nothing. His escape route, his path to a different life, was music. But Nipsey wasn't waiting to be discovered. He was building his own platform, his own economy. He turned the trunk of his car into a storefront, the streets into his marketplace. This wasn't just about selling CDs. It was about building a brand, a direct connection with his people. It was the beginning of the marathon, the first steps in a long and arduous race.
You didn't just buy a Nipsey tape, you bought into the movement. You felt like you were part of something real, something that was being built from the ground up right here on our streets. He'd be out there himself, talking to people, remembering names. He made you feel like you were investing in him, and he was investing in you.
For years, Nipsey perfected his craft and his business model. Each mixtape was better than the last, each release more professional. He was building something unprecedented, an independent empire that answered to no one but his community.
What separated Nipsey from other independent artists was his long-term vision. Most rappers were trying to get signed. Nipsey was trying to build a company. He understood that the real money wasn't in the music itself, but in owning the entire ecosystem around it. He was thinking like a CEO when everyone else was thinking like an employee.
In a world where artists were fighting for record deals, desperately seeking validation from the industry, Nipsey Hussle made a revolutionary move. He bet on himself. With his Crenshaw mixtape, he created a new model, a new philosophy. He wasn't just selling music, he was selling a premium experience, a direct connection, a piece of a cultural movement. He proved that a loyal fan base was more valuable than mainstream fame.
The $100 mixtape was a stroke of genius. It was a statement about the value of art and the power of a direct-to-consumer relationship. He completely flipped the industry model on its head. He showed that you didn't need a major label if you had a true, dedicated following that believed in your vision. He was playing chess while everyone else was playing checkers. It was a masterclass in brand building.
The success of the $100 mixtape sent shockwaves through the industry. Suddenly, everyone wanted to understand the Nipsey Hussle model. But what they didn't realize was that this wasn't just a marketing stunt. It was the foundation of something much bigger.
People think this is about the money, but it's not. It's about changing the relationship between the artist and the fan. It's about proving that our culture, our stories, our music has real value. When you pay $100 for something, you're not just buying it, you're investing in it.
But the marathon was never just about music. It was about ownership. Nipsey didn't want to just escape his neighborhood. He wanted to elevate it. He bought the very corner where he used to hustle and turned it into a beacon of hope, a symbol of black ownership. The Marathon clothing store wasn't just a business, it was a declaration of independence. He followed it with Vector, a bridge from the streets to Silicon Valley, a place where the next generation of hustlers could learn to code, to build, to own their future.
We're not just building businesses, we're building infrastructure. We're creating an ecosystem where our people can thrive, where they can see a future beyond the block. The ultimate hustle is to give back, to create opportunities for those coming up behind you. That's how you make your legacy last forever.
After a decade of grinding, of building, of running his own race, the world finally caught up. His debut album, Victory Lap, was more than a collection of songs. It was the soundtrack to his journey. It was a testament to the power of perseverance, a masterclass in the marathon mindset. He had earned his victory lap, and the world was finally ready to celebrate with him.
Victory Lap was a cultural moment. It was the culmination of everything he had been preaching for years: ownership, resilience, community, and unapologetic black excellence. He received a Grammy nomination, but more importantly, he received the universal respect of his peers and his community. He had become the elder statesman he was always destined to be, a voice of wisdom and experience for a new generation.
On March 31st, 2019, the marathon came to a sudden, tragic, and unbelievable end. The man who had given so much to his community was taken from it in the very place he had built as a sanctuary, a symbol of hope. The world mourned not just the loss of a great artist, but the loss of a great leader, a great mind, a great hope. A king had fallen in his own kingdom. But a marathon doesn't end when a runner falls. Nipsey Hussle's physical journey may have ended, but his legacy is a race that is still being run by every person he inspired. He left behind a blueprint, a philosophy, a way of life. He taught a generation that your circumstances do not define your destination. That the greatest thing you can do is bet on yourself.
Nipsey's death was devastating, but his life was transformational. He showed us what was possible when you combine street credibility with business acumen and genuine love for your community. The marathon continues because the principles he lived by, ownership, reinvestment, and empowerment, are timeless. They're bigger than any one person.
Nipsey Hussle, the last of a dying breed and the first of a new one. He was a king who never sought a crown, a leader who walked among his people. He showed us that the most powerful investment you can make is in yourself and in your community. His life was a victory lap, and his legacy is the marathon that continues in all of us.